Now, for the last couple of weeks, you may have noticed a new trend, that of the police in various parts of the country registering FIRs, arresting people for what they've posted on microblogging site Twitter. On Tuesday, the police arrested a man in Puducherry because he wrote about Union Minister P. Chidambaram's son, Karti Chidambaram. Activists are calling it a clampdown on free speech. But is there a line that shouldn't be crossed even in the name of free speech? Tanima Biswas reports.
A trader from Puducherry arrested for tweeting about Finance Minister P. Chidambaram's son Karti. Ravi Srinivasan had posted online that Karti Chidambaram has amassed more wealth than Robert Vadra, and that as a Tamilian he felt bad to have sent P. Chidambaram to national politics. He was arrested under Section 66A of the Information Technology Act, which holds those responsible for using internet to disseminate information which is considered offensive or which is false but is conveyed to annoy, insult, intimidate or spread enmity. It carries a maximum penalty of 5 years imprisonment.
The words sent in mail are not provoking or abusing. Considering the circumstances, bail has been granted.
This is just the most recent of many such cases. 2 men, including a professor from National Institute of Fashion Technology, were arrested for threatening and abusing singer Chinmay Sripada on Twitter after she sent out this tweet in January. And in the capital this month, a case was registered by the Cyber Cell on a complaint forwarded to them by the National Commission of Minorities regarding certain offensive tweets.
The law is very clear in our country. The fundamental right to freedom of speech and expression is not absolute and is subject to reasonable restrictions. That's precisely the line that the Information Technology Act has been following.
But this is being interpreted by many as authorities clamping down social media. Last year, Union Telecom Minister Kapil Sibal had warned sites like Facebook and Twitter for hosting material which was considered derogatory. With its increasing popularity, is the government now more wary than ever of social networking sites?
Suddenly it's become a trend where all these politicians and leaders seem to be taking quick action. I think they jumped the gun.
There is a bit of loosening when it comes to behavior online, and therefore one could say that our government is engaging in social engineering.
The IT Act in our country allows more space for freedom of speech compared to other countries, say like China. But with the rising number of internet users and with people realizing the wide reach of social media websites, the complaints have started piling up. Most feel the only way to ensure a polite internet is to implement the law in the strictest possible manner. With Sam Daniel and Imtiaz Sekia, Tanima Biswas for NDTV.
So that's what we're discussing. Arrested for tweeting, is it legitimate or is it curbing free speech? Our guest this evening, we have in studio Shivam Vij, he's a journalist and blogger. We have Sunil Abraham, he's the Executive Director of the Center for Internet and Society. We have S.B. Mishra, he's the additional DCP, Economics Offences Wing. And we have my former colleague and now a lawyer, Sanjay Pinto, who's also handling Chinmay's case. Sanjay, I just want to start with you because Chinmay's case was the first one which really hit the front pages. And you know, a lot of celebrities, Chinmay is a very well-known singer, a lot of celebrities get offensive tweets, they get criticism. What made Chinmay in this case pursue legal action, pursue arrests?
Sunetra, let me clearly set out a distinction here between what is fair comment, what is well-founded criticism, and what is abuse. Abuse is not allowed. It's for a reason that we have reasonable restrictions hemmed into free speech. Free speech does not mean free for all. If you look at some of the comments, in fact, the Twitter website, in fact, Twitter site gives people anonymity. Under the cover of anonymity, there's this syndrome of hide and tweet, sniper attacks, there are troll attacks, cyberbullying happening, communal comments, inflammatory posts. Where do we really draw the line? Defamation. So it's about time that people who can stand up for their rights really go and lodge complaints or take legal action. It's for the police then to investigate and see if there is a prima facie case made out. Otherwise, they can close the case as mistake of fact. It's open to the people accused of these offenses of going and suing the complainants for malicious prosecution. They can go to the High Court and quash the complaint. So the law actually provides enough safeguards. Now, freedom of speech and expression to a large extent is being misused. There are people, genuine Twitter users. In fact, there's a Twitter handle called Blood Aid, which actually helps people get blood in times of an emergency. There are people, NGOs who use Twitter to good effect. But there are these sections there are these trolls on Twitter which clearly abuse and cross all limits of decency, and that's when people aggrieved have to fight for their rights. If those on Twitter argue that they have a fundamental right to free speech, in fact, the victims have a fundamental right to constitutional remedies.
India's #1 news app just got even better. Download NDTV's new app. Fully optimized for Retina display. Full screen view. Faster response time. And Sudoku. NDTV's new iPad app. Download now.